The original Doom was released by id Software way back in 1993. It was a 3D super violent first-person shooter that pitched players against ranks of invading hell demons, gave new meaning to the term BFG, and pretty much single-handedly laid the entire foundations for the FPS genre. A library of games that have gotten so big that now you can't hardly move without tripping over another one of the fucking things. At one time revolutionary and innovative, recently though cracks in the first-person shooter machine are beginning to show. Demands for annual releases from franchises like Call of Duty and Battlefield meant that those games have started iterating themselves into a corner, making nominal improvements, but by and large offering the same old game each year, and smaller developers, seeking to cash in on the success of the big boys, began imitating products that are already hugely homogeneous. The FPS is growing stale. Choosing a first-person shooter has become the same choice as Coke or Pepsi or generic flavoured soft drink, or last year's Pepsi, which is basically the same as this year's Pepsi but in a different cup. Then, in 2016, id did it all again and released a new Doom, and by stepping away from established rules of its peers and harking back to the gleeful, bloody roots of its original, it turned out to be one of the best games in recent years. The most remarkable thing about New Doom is just how much it achieves by taking things away from the template of a modern shooter rather than adding to it. There's no reloading, no cover, no regenerating health. You're quite literally fighting through hell, and you almost never have enough ammo to get through an entire encounter in one go. 9 times out of 10, these absences are not what you'd expect from a successful modern shooter, but, as it happens, probably what you'd find in a horror game, which Doom's atmosphere totally fucking nails. I mean, listen to it. But the reason these missing pieces work in Doom's favour as a shooter is that they compel you forward, telling you that cowering and patience will get you killed in short order, and if you want to succeed, you need to jump in feet first, get right up in the face of one of these snarling, horrifying hellbeasts, and punch them in the teeth. Every encounter demands that you fully engage with the space and the tools that you've been given. Enemies rush you to stop you staying in one place, and you're given incredible speed and mobility to make the most of these multi-layered arenas. Even the loading screens tell you that staying still is basically pointless. Your most reliable source of health are glory kills, special hyper-violent melee kills that require you first to weaken an enemy, before closing the distance and pulling their heads off, or beating them to death with their own limbs. Equally, if you run out of ammo, rend an enemy in half with your chainsaw, and they'll spew precious bullets and grenades like a broken water main. By the end of Doom's campaign, you have performed thousands of these takedowns, but they never get dull. Partly because they look and feel meaty and visceral and great, but also since they serve the other tactical purpose of stopping the action for a split second, just long enough for you to catch your breath, orient yourself and pick out your next move, before plunging you back into relentless heavy metal mayhem. All of this is a far cry from the inch-by-inch war of attrition you get forced into by many other of today's shooters, where slow and steady progress and constantly ducking behind cover to wait for the red to go from the edges of your screen is the most likely path to victory. If those games are like Dark Souls, slow, steady and methodical, Doom is much more like Bloodborne, immediate and demanding of complete commitment to every skirmish, where the best defense is a good offense, or a giant fucking great big rocket launcher. Story is another thing that Doom throws out with the bathwater, and is all the better for it. It knows that the reason you're probably playing a shooter is to shoot things, so it doesn't waste any time getting to that. There's no exposition, no lengthy tutorial section, no cutscenes to explain the whys and the wherefores. Within minutes of starting the game, you're given a shotgun, you've already killed about a dozen things, and then it's off to the races. That's not to say there isn't a plot to Doom. There is. It's just totally and intentionally forgettable, and it's there only to satisfy anyone who feels that they need a reason to roam across the surface of Mars, filling hellspawn with hot lead and explosives. Yeah, me neither. Doom reduces the core tenets of the driving narrative down to this. Get guns, kill everything. Literally, if it moves in this game, it wants to kill you, so you should kill it first. There are no dialogue choices to flesh out your character or learn more about the surroundings. No merry cast of lovable companions or distressed damsels to save. The only thing you'll form any emotional attachment to are the weapons that you put between you and countless monsters. A sumptuous murder buffet of shotguns, rocket launchers, chainsaws, pulse rifles, grenades and more. And you can keep them all. A direct fuck you to the carry limits of realistically styled shooters that demand you make a choice between A or B. Doom gives you the entire fucking alphabet of weaponry and lets you go nuts. Memorable moments in Doom come not from witty companion dialogue or a shocking third act twist, but from each time that you successfully navigate an arena of enemies, flawlessly dodging attacks and retaliating with whatever the hell flavour of death you feel like, and when that last body drops and you realise you've been holding your breath for a minute. It feels designed purely to scratch one itch, the itch to explode a monster into a million pieces like a big meaty firework. And it's fucking brilliant. Doom knows its place. Sometimes you want to watch an artfully crafted, well-acted movie that plumbs the depths of the human condition and leaves you questioning your own experience. And other times you want to watch The Expendables. Sometimes you want a well-cooked, delicately flavoured three-course meal that wakes up most of your senses. And other times you want to bury your face in a vat of ice cream until you throw up. Sometimes you want to play a game that takes you on an emotional journey, forges bonds and relationships between you, the characters and the designers along the way, and one that truly affects the way you think about games. And other times, you just want to shoot a 12-foot tall hell demon in the dick with an explosive shotgun. And that's what's so great about Doom.